Jet and the Boarding Kennel comprehension questions. I will read the page, ask you a question, let you stop the video to think about the answer, and then I will tell you the answer. Page 1. Ted has a pet dog named Jet. Ted loves Jet very much. Ben, Ted's brother, gave Jet to Ted as a present. Sometimes Ben says that all Ted talks about is Jet. Think about it. Who are the main characters? Remember, character means people or animals in the story. Stop and think. The answer, the main characters are Ted, Ben, those are people, and Jet is a dog. Page 2. Ted walks Jet every day at dawn for 45 minutes. He follows the law. He always uses a leash and collar on Jet so he doesn't run in neighbors' lawns. They always walk past the mall, but it is still closed. Think about it. What does Ted do with Jet every day at dawn, which means in the morning? Okay, the answer is that he walks Jet every day for 45 minutes. He uses a leash and a collar. They walk past the mall. Page 3. They walk to the park where there is a wall to keep Jet in. Then Ted throws a ball for Jet to play with. Jet caught the ball every time. He practices tricks with Jet. Ted tells Jet to sit, then stay. He walks away. Then he calls Jet. Jet, come! Jet runs to Ted. What a good dog. Think about it. What does Ted do with Jet at the park? Okay, the answer is Ted throws a ball for Jet to play with. Jet caught the ball every time. They practice tricks like sit, stay, and come. Page 4. One day, Ben told Jet that their parents were coming to visit from Iceland. Their family was going on a cruise on the Mississippi River, then to some museums. But Ted could not bring Jet. So remember, we read about this family vacation in our other books, Pick a Trip, and the train ride also. Our question is, where is Ted going with his family? Stop and think. The answer is here. Their family was going on a cruise on the Mississippi River, then to some museums. That was the compromise we learned about in the book Pick a Trip. Page 5. Ted loves Jet so much that he was sad to leave him, but he called a boarding kennel and made a reservation for Jet. Jet would stay at the boarding kennel while his family was gone. The people at the boarding kennel would feed Jet and take him on walks. He would even get to play with other dogs. Stop and think. Why does Jet go to the boarding kennel? The answer is because his family will be gone. They are going on vacation, a cruise on the Mississippi River that we read about on page 4. Page 6. On the day they left, Ted and Ben took Jet to the boarding kennel. Ted told them that Jet was the perfect dog. He had no flaws. All of the people at the boarding kennel would fall in love with Jet. Ted and Ben thought that Jet would be good. They patted him goodbye and left. Think about it. What does Ted say about Jet? The answer is in the second sentence. Ted told them that Jet was the perfect dog. He had no flaws. Remember, flaws is our vocabulary word. It means problems. So Jet had no problems. Page 7. But Jet did not like the boarding kennel. The workers brought Jet to his stall. It did not have a soft blanket or dog bed. It only had straw. They did not bring Jet a nice dish of his favorite dog food. Instead, they let all the dogs out on the lawn and dumped the food into a trough. Jet saw that the dogs fought each other for the food. In fact, it looked like a big dog brawl. Dogs were using their jaws to fight, not to eat. Stop and think. What are the problems at the boarding kennel? There's more than one answer. First problem is that there's no dog bed or blanket. Jet had to use straw. Second problem is that Jet did not get a nice dish of his favorite dog food. Instead, the food was dumped into a trough for all of the dogs to share. And the third problem is there was a big dog brawl. Remember, brawl is our vocabulary word. It means a fight with more than two. Page 8. Jet did not want to be at this place anymore. He was distraught. He needed to find Ted. He walked around the lawn and sought a hole in the wall. He found one, but it was too small. He used his paws to dig into the ground and make the hole bigger. He crawled through the kennel and ran far from the bad boarding kennel. Stop and think. What does Jet do at the boarding kennel? Okay, the answer is he sought a hole in the wall. Remember, sought is a vocabulary word. It means looked for. He found a hole. It was too small, so he dug into the ground and made the hole bigger. And then he ran away. So after page 8, he is not at the boarding kennel. Page 9. Meanwhile, Ted and Ben were driving back to their home to get their luggage. They stopped to get some snacks. When they walked out of the store, Ted saw a black dog with long legs running across the street. "Jet," he yelled, "is that you?" Stop and think. What do Ben and Ted see on this page? The answer is here. Ted saw a black dog with long legs running across the street. It's also correct if you said Ben and Ted saw Jet. Page 10. It was Jet. He remembered that Ted taught him to come when he called his name, so he ran right up to Ted. "Jet, how did you run away from the boarding kennel?" "It must be a bad, bad place," Ted said. "But what will I do with you while we are gone?" Stop and think. How does Ted feel on this page? Happy, mad, or worried? The answer for this is not in the words. You need to think about it. So Ted wants to go on vacation. He took his dog to a boarding kennel and his dog ran away. He is not mad at his dog. He is not happy, but he is worried. What will I do with you while we are gone? So the answer is Ted feels worried on page 10. Page 11. Just then, Cam called Ted. Cam is Ted's girlfriend. Ted told Cam about his problem. Cam likes Jet. She wanted to take care of Jet. "Bring him to my house," Cam said. "My sister Kim and I would love to have a dog for a week." Problem solved. Stop and think. What is the solution to Ted's problem with Jet? The answer is here. Cam likes Jet. She wanted to take care of Jet. So Cam and Kim, the twin sisters we learned about in other books, will take care of Jet instead of him going to the boarding kennel. The end. Make sure that you take the comprehension quiz before the end of today.